Alright. Okay, we've got to draw on our guy. So we'll go into DrawTile. Having it set up like this with DrawTile, where we know that when we draw our map, when we call draw map, it only, or draw screen, sorry. When we call draw screen, it only draws what is currently on the screen. It only will call the draw tiles for what's currently on the screen. That is very, very useful to us, because if we want to draw something like our hero, or an enemy, or a laser being shot through the air, putting it into DrawTile is a great way to know it's only being drawn if it's necessary. We don't have to come up with extra code to check to make sure that it's on the screen. I don't know, that might make sense, it might not make sense. But here in DrawTile, let's see here. The reason that I saved these lines, where it's going to draw, it would have normally drawn the circles over the spawn points. I'm going to reuse that code now for a different purpose. Instead of, if it's trying to draw a tile, if it is, you know what? Alright, I'm changing direction here. Sorry. Another, side effect of, me making this up as I go. Changing direction, adding a new function. DrawHero. Easy enough. DrawHero. So we're going to decide whether or not the hero's on the screen. So I'm going a completely different direction than I was 10 seconds ago. So if you got lost right there, we did switch direction. So we're going to say if A, which is his variable, we always have to say minus look A, because we have to take into account the shifting. So if A minus look A is less than 0, oh wait a minute, it has to be, if he's less than 0, this is the top left corner of our hero. If we say, how do we put this? If he is less than 0, he could still be visible. What if he's only at -10? Then there's still 30 pixels of him sticking out on the screen. So we need to say if it's less than -40 or equal to, less than or equal to -40, then exit sub. In other words, just totally ignore this request to draw the hero, because he's not on the screen. So if A minus look A is greater than or equal to, we'll say the integer of picture1.width divided by 40 plus 1, then exit sub. In other words, if our guy is currently farther to the right than the maximum width that our picture box is, because it's constantly resizing. That's why I'm not just filling in a number like 40. You should remember this from earlier. We used this to figure out how many tiles wide the screen was. So, if we've made it past both of those lines, then that means he is on the screen, so we've got to draw him. So let's call picture1.paintPicture. Now we have to put where it's coming from. I don't remember what the name of the file is. Picture3, or the name of the object. So picture3 is the one with the hero in it. .image. We want to draw him at, let's see, what would this be? A minus, would it be A minus 1? Let me look at our draw tile. Yes, our draw tile has Z minus 1, so we have to draw him at A minus 1, A minus 1 times 40. Oh, we got to put the look A into consideration here. Minus look A minus 1. Okay. Sorry, I'm just referencing what we have up there. I have a handful of things projects that I work on at the same time, and I get myself confused. Right now, this program has a border around our two-dimensional array. I think I explained that in the Pac-Man game. Normally, when you're doing a two-dimensional array, let's say you dimensioned it 9 by 9, then you actually are going from 0 to 9 and 0 to 9, so in other words, you have a 10 by 10 array. Well, I'm purposely not doing that. Our top corner is 1, 1. And then I've dimensioned it, if our bottom corner is 10, 10, I'm dimensioning it to 11, 11. The reason being, we have a kind of a cushion now, we have a border that one tile in any direction off of our map still exists. It's not going to give you a program error. You know, you're not trying to reference array -1, -1, or 12, 12 if we're only dimensioned up to 11. So I do that kind of as a convenient way to stop a program error. It's about the fastest way to prevent those problems. You can do it with code too. You know, always check and make sure that if you're going to check the tile to the left, you have to make sure that it's not less than 0, but it's just this extra code you have to constantly worry about. Let's see here. We have to do look A. Is it look A -1? I had checked. Yes, it is. Look A -1. Look A -1 times 40. Okay. Now this should be as simple as B -1 times 40, because there's no shifting vertically. And his width and height, they're 40. Now it's where we're taking him from. We're going to end up coming back and changing this stuff, because just like Pac-Man, we're going to have direction and animation and action, all kinds of different things to consider. But right now, let's just grab this guy right here. But we have to do the mask first. So we're not going to say 0, 0, we're going to say 0, 2. So 0 times, I'm going to say times 40, because later we're going to need that. 2 times 40. 40, 40. VB merge paint. And let's see here. I did have a lot of brackets, so apparently I missed one. Yep, I did. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm actually going to leave out the other line. There's the line to draw in the guy after you've done the mask, but I'm going to leave it out first just so that we can see if the mask part is working properly. So under draw screen, yeah. After it's drawn the tiles, I want to call DrawHero. And there he is. So the mask works. I don't always take the time to test them separately, but I did this time. You know, I'm sure some of you watching do the same thing, where you add 1 or 2 lines of code and you test it before you keep adding more. It's usually a good idea. So there's our guy. Now he doesn't move or do anything. I can tap the keyboard and nothing's going on, but we don't have any code for anything. But that's what he'll look like. Now maybe you can understand better why we have the decorative piece of grass at the top, or well, at the bottom of a decorative tile. Remember how I was saying I didn't just want to stop at the bottom? Now you can see that when he's standing on it, it looks more like he's in the scene, because the background behind him has some grass on it too. So it looks like the grass kind of goes into the distance a little bit. And that is why I did it. Let's see, we have our guy. Now, oh, the base has been updated. Okay, we're going to need to add some more variables. We have A and B for his position. Just like with Pac-Man, we're going to have some shifting. Now, if this was like an old-fashioned game, like checkers or something, and you didn't want to animate it, the guy would simply jump from one tile to the next, right? But that's not what we want with this. We want him to smoothly walk from one tile to the next. Just like in the Pac-Man one, he didn't just jump from one tile to the next every second or something. You actually saw him animating to go to the next tile, and once the animation had completed, he would actually officially be on the next tile. So we're going to do the same kind of thing. So we'll say AS for shift. I don't remember what I used in Pac-Man video. I can't use AS. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to use A2. It's easy. This will be for shifting. And dim B2 for shifting in the Y direction. Alarm's beeping. 1 second.